Nigeria have advanced to the finals. The Super Eagles are through after an exhilarating penalty shootout. Stanley Enwabali take a bow, son. Two saves means that Nigeria have qualified to the final and they're going to be facing Ivory Coast. Let's hope that the Super Eagles can win it. And here's your match reaction from the game against South Africa. Baoni my people, Oracle Mini, Najib Talks Ball, and welcome back to another match reaction. I understand that this is a day after, but when I was watching the game, I was actually at work, and when I was writing the match report too, I had to upload it from work, so hence why the match reaction is the next day. But enough about that, let's just talk straight about the game. And to be honest, the one thing that Nigeria had throughout the competition is a strong defense. And yes, South Africa did have chances yesterday, but Nigeria were always there at the last minute, whether it was Truth Ekong, whether it was Ajayi, whether it was Basti, whether it was Onyeka defensively in the midfield. They had always had that last man to come and cover. And when you look at like the big competitions and like who's won the big competitions, for example, if you look at Argentina that won the World Cup, if you look at Italy that won the Euros a few years back, the basis is always having a strong defense and then after letting the attackers thrive in like basically let the attackers do what they want, but have to let the defenders sit back and make sure that the base is compact. And that's what Nigeria have been doing really well this tournament. I feel like, yes, Osterman, Simon, and Lookman yesterday weren't at their greatest, but even when they're not at their greatest, they still create two or three chances to score that goal. And like, I mean, we saw that yesterday from Victor Osterman. Like, literally, Chukwueze was brought on, another great substitute. He played it to Osterman after a nice bit of skill. And after Osterman literally drive at his man and he got tripped in the penalty box. And of course, the skipper stepped up, Truce Ekong, and he took it and he scored. And I feel like this competition, Nigeria have done very well to get the first goal. It was only one game, and that was their first game against Equatorial Guinea that they conceded the first goal. But even then, they bounced back and they claimed a draw. Yesterday, once again, yes, South Africa had chances, but they didn't take them. And then you saw Nigeria take the lead. And after when Nigeria take the lead, it is very hard to come back. But Al Hassan Yusuf, the substitute, he did give away a sloppy penalty after madness because we thought that Osman scored the winner, but then VAR checked it and it was a penalty. And then it was 1-1. And then after like the last 6 minutes of added time, Nigeria did look shaky. And after when extra time came, to be honest, I thought Nigeria would nick it in extra time because their attackers still looked like they had that extra edge and they started their extra time very well. Like Aina was pushing up, Osai Samuel was pushing up, and then there was a few good substitutes. I like the substitute of Chukwueze, which happened earlier on, but even like Mofi came on, Nacho came on, and after those attacking substitutes showed the intent from Pesero, and like they really wanted to win it in extra time, especially because of South Africa's record in penalty shootouts, especially their last game. But anyways, it did go to penalties, and that man Nobali. He's been fantastic this whole competition. I remember when he went down injured and he had to come off. I was really fearing for Nigeria to like because I didn't know if he was fit enough to play the next game. But he has been fit, and all the games that he's been playing, he's been top notch. He's been a solid 7 or 8 throughout this competition. And once again, man, two big penalty saves. Aina did miss the penalty for Nigeria, and if Nigeria did get out because of the Aina penalty miss, I feel like it would have been very harsh on him because he's had a very good tournament. At the end of the day, the keeper is there to save penalties in a penalty shootout, and no matter how many like your players can score, if your keeper can't save any, then it's useless. And then Wabali, two big saves, man, two massive saves. Like he don't even play for a top club. He plays like in some random division in I think somewhere in Africa. That's where he plays. But surely after this competition, he deserves a move in the top 5 leagues, top 6 leagues. But again, like Nigeria have reached the final, and that's all we really want, to be honest. Defensively, they've been solid, and for me, they're my favourites. Yes, Ivory Coast are hosts, and they're obviously going to have the home backing. But we saw in the first game what Nigeria did in the group stage against Ivory Coast. Nigeria were compact, and after they hit them on the break, again, Victor Osimhen, Lookman, Simon, Chukwueze, Iheanacho, Mofi, their attacking options are so strong that even when one player doesn't have a good game, you can always bring someone on to change the game. And then their defensive base, starting with the keeper, Nobali. Then at right wing back, you have Aina, who played there yesterday and was decent. Like the back three for me is set. You have Ajayi, Trusty Kong in the middle, and Bassi as the left centre back. And for me, if they can keep that quadrant fit, if they can keep Ajayi right centre back, Trusty Kong, Calvin Bassi, and Enobali fit for Sunday, then 100% they are still my favourites. Obviously, left wing back, we saw a change. Normally it's Sanusi, but it was Osai Samuel that decided to play right wing back, and after Aina moved back to left wing back. And I feel like Asai Sami did start off poor, especially in the first half. But in the second half and all the way through to extra time, he did persevere and he got better and better. So a big shout out to him. Moving on to the final, and obviously Peseiro. I feel like Peseiro should be really proud. Obviously, coming into this competition, he was under a lot of scrutiny, under a lot of pressure, but he's delivered on that pressure. I remember reading an article and I wrote it in one of my match previews. His goal for this competition was to reach the final, but for him personally, his goal was to win it. So now they're in the final. He's met the objectives that obviously like the Nigeria FA have set him, but now he wants to go one extra and win it, and he really can. So hopefully Nigeria do go all the way. Hopefully the players can go all the way because they deserve it, and it'll be nice to see Nigeria win AFCON, as this is my first time properly writing content and following the team across the competition. So Nigeria winning the AFCON the first time I'm like watching and writing them will be like a very nice feeling. But anyways, that was a match reaction. I hope you guys did enjoy. Obviously the emotions are going to die down a bit because it is a day after and I am a bit more like, as in like my head is not like as excited as it was yesterday. But again, a big congrats to Nigeria, the players and everyone included in the backroom staff and the fans and everything like that. I'll be seeing you in the Ivory Coast match reaction where hopefully Nigeria do bring the Africa Cup of Nations back back home, basically back home to Nigeria. But anyways, I've been Najib Talksport and I'm out. Peace.